September is Recovery Month. Recovery is often the hardest piece of this puzzle. Getting access to it can be challenging with a limited number of beds in treatment programs, insurance limitations, and the very reason an addict is seeking treatment. In addiction, it can leave them feeling hopeless, like they won't get better. But I took a trip to Gateway in Pekin, a drug and alcohol treatment center. And what's happening behind those doors is anything but hopeless.
We now have heroin that's readily available. It's less expensive. It's literally all over the place. And you have people who may have been addicted to pills before can no longer obtain them. There's the heroin.
Counselor Christy Elwin calls the heroin epidemic a perfect storm.
It is something that I would say probably half of our clientele right now is opiate dependent. And the majority is no longer pills. It's heroin.
Along with more people using heroin comes a higher overdose rate.
Doing assessments, one of the questions on there is, have you ever overdosed? It wasn't uncommon before to hear no. It's very uncommon now to hear no, and it is very uncommon to hear anything less than a couple of times.
The drug is dangerous but addictive, drawing in everyone from teens to the elderly. Elwin says no two stories are the same.
Mothers, their fathers, their kids right out of school. These are people that are good people. Every single client that comes in here has a story to tell.
I'm an open book. You want to talk about addiction? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
At Gateway, clients are put on a medication-assisted treatment program, given either Suboxone or Vivitrol to curb cravings, and monitored during intensive outpatient group therapy sessions.
Being an addict in recovery is probably one of the most challenging things.
Just learning how to deal with life without drugs.
And there's a misnomer out there that addicts are lazy, and I've never seen anybody more driven or more tenacious than an addict.
You know, I lost every single thing in my whole entire life, and I lost myself.
And especially an addict in recovery.
Elwin says it's not easy. She relates breaking a heroin addiction to a breakup. The drug can become a person's confidant on a bad day and who they celebrate with on a good day.
How am I going to go another day without sticking a needle in my arm? How am I going to do this?
If we woke up tomorrow and somebody said, okay, every single thing in your life has to look entirely different than it did yesterday, that's overwhelming to anybody. To try to do it without all you know every single day.
Elwin says with a growing problem, access to treatment needs to grow as well, something she says there's not enough of.
Many lawmakers and many of the different police agencies around are starting to recognize that this is not something that's just going to go away. You don't just lock them up for a couple weeks, they'll come out, they'll be clean, it'll be fine.
As a professional in the field of recovery, Elwin says she's had 4 clients die from their addiction in the last year and a half. But she proudly wears a tattoo on her wrist, inspired by her clients. That says it all in a word: hope.
There is absolutely hope day in and day out here. The clients, the people that are in recovery, are the ones that provide the hope.
Gateway also has an inpatient program in Springfield. If you or someone you know is dealing with an addiction to opiates, there are many places to get help in our community. I've attached a list to our website. You can find that at ciproud.com. You can also join the conversation on my Facebook page.